Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. Just a video explaining a little bit about the lower control arms on the Prados. 120 and 150 is the majority of what we see. Probably a lot less 120s now, mainly coming into the 150s. As we've mentioned in other videos, those bushes, they do crack. If you're not too sure what I mean, watch those videos, but that's those bushes there on that side there, the large one and the small one on both sides. What I'm trying to show you here, this is obviously the arm when it comes out, and just a few details on how to get them out and the complications you can have and how we work through those. So let's go up and have a look underneath the car here. We've got, so that side's obviously out, this side's almost out. You can see some of the components that you need to remove to get them out. We've taken the whole strut out because we're doing suspension on this also, and your tie rod end at this end, and those bolts, those upside down bolts that go in, that's where the threads are anyway. So that's the bottom underneath the drive shaft, they're 19 mils. So they're out. The problem you have here, and this is a problem when you get wheel alignments as well, these cam pins, they get seized, these camber adjusting pins, so they've got that eccentric sort of head on it that goes between the two flat plates at each side. That one's a little bit out of place because it's all loose. We've got the bolts out. This one was the tightest, but this is not a good example of how they're seized. But it was seized, but it didn't take much to get it free. We didn't even have to spray it. Bit of a knock around and a twist and it came free. That is ideal. If they're clean is the best thing. But you know, if you can get it free, that's good. But this is what you need to do before you go for a wheel on, because if they're seized and someone does a wheel on and twists that adjuster, it twists the inner part. Look, I'll show you. Jeff, can you please give that a bit of a twist with a spanner, just to show people what we did to free it up. We give it a twist back and forward like that, and just pull it out a little bit so that I can show people, you know, that the rust. Oh yeah, lock the spanner and give it a twist and a pull. Thank you. So you can see the rust in there, guys. Okay, so that's the inner part of the bush, right? If that's seized to the inner part of the bush, as soon as you get that wheel alignment adjusted, it puts a load on that bush and it's twist. Rubber bushes, I can't remember if it's 30% or 30 degrees, but they only take 30 whatevers of twist, right? So if you've got it loaded up, twisted, and then you're bouncing down the road over speed humps or sand dunes or whatever it is, you're going to tear that bush to pieces. Like I said, if you want more info, watch my other videos. Like I always say, subscribe, turn the notifications on so you don't miss out on more important videos like this, and go back and check the ones in the past because there's a lot of important info there. So the deal is, if you don't get it free by twisting and trying to knock it back and forward, you can spray some CRC, WD-40, Inox, whatever you like, and try and get those freed up. If it doesn't work, you're going to have to get your reciprocating saw. You can tweak these little mounting points out a little bit so you can get your saw blade in there. Cut those off and replace those as well in the worst case scenario vehicles. Don't go towards that straight away. That is worst case scenario. Okay, for your information, if I remember correctly, what size is that spanner? I think it's 32, is that right? Or 28? Something like that. 28. Just want to let you know, 26 actually, 26? Yeah. So no, 26. 26. Come on mate, 26. 26 or 28? 26. So it is 26, right? So 26 mil. I think they're bigger on the 150 Prados, I can't remember, maybe 32, that's why I guessed at that one. And you've got to be careful how you undo these bolts. It is undo the bolt from the front of the vehicle for the front bush, and it's undo the nut from the rear of the vehicle. Okay, so this rear bolt, that gets a bit of dirt in it, whatever. Jeff, do you mind just giving that bolt a bit of a pull out so we can show people how they get a little bit dirty as well? There it is, let's set it there. So the arm doesn't fall out, that's good. Just watch, because there's nothing holding the arm now, it could fall. Pretty rusty. You can replace them if you like. Look, you know, it's not going to make any difference. They're just going to get rusty again. We clean them up, put some grease on them, so hopefully they don't seize and whatever. That'd be an idea from manufacturer, wouldn't it? Put a bit of grease on these things. Anyway, that's what we do. Those ones aren't normally the worst seized ones. It's normally the front ones. Have a look at those from this side. The inside of those bushes are really good. The material they're made from, it's kind of a bit resistant to rust and corrosion. You can see how clean that one is. Just look on the left side of the picture inside where that bolt goes, in there, center of the picture now. I'll sort of go back to the side, might better angle for you. Anyway, I reckon that's about enough. You need to undo the nut from the rear to get that bolt out, and at the front you need to undo the bolt. Okay, the bolt we've removed, that's not the bolt. The bolt's 19 mil. It's the head that goes on the end of this adjuster here, and that goes into like a nut. It's like another adjuster on the back here, which has got the nut on it. So you got to make sure you're turning the right parts, or you could damage something or damage the vehicle, these flat plates, if you try and turn the wrong thing, you'll bend those out. Okay, and then once we got that out, we'll just show you how that's going to come out. Jeff, do you mind pulling that last bolt out? And if you can hold on to those, yeah. And it's just going to slip straight out, guys. Usually it'll probably fall. It's just going to, a bit of a gentle wiggle and a pull, trying to keep it square as well to get it out. That's it, and that's out. So there it is on the ground. Anyway, guys, there you have it. That's the lower control arm information for a 120 and 150 Prado. Hope that helps. Have a nice day. See ya. Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. We just replaced these front lower control arms. These are on a 2009 120 Prado. It's done 320,000 Ks, so I'd say this is probably more normal wear and tear. So I don't think that they need bushes all the time or it's a common problem or whatever. It's not a Toyota problem or a common problem. It's something that does come up every now and then. And it's generally worse for people that have modified suspension, not released the pressure off the bushes from when it gets twisted. That's very small. It's not really caused by that. The biggest cause is people doing wheel alignments and twisting those bushes, as we explained in the video earlier. Quite often it's the bigger one of the two bushes that it's got the cracks in it. We're just going to try and have a look, see what we can see. For you, there's not a lot to be seen there, but what I want to point out, the smaller one in this case, more normal wear and tear, as I said. Try and get it in a position where you can see, kind of see those cracks in the wear. It is hard to see. Look, these are certainly not the worst ones either. You can see that one there. You can see that one there, you know. It's kind of, that's your normal wear just from bouncing around. It's sort of starting to get a bit split and cracked and whatever. Usually the bigger one at the other end gets some cracks where these ones actually don't look too bad at the other end. They are starting, again, hard for you to see. You proceed in other videos anyway, you'll have to take my word for it, but on this one, it's these smaller bushes that you can see are quite hammered, we'll call it, okay? So anyway guys, there they are. If anybody wants a set of control arms like this, so that you can reuse them, reuse the ball joint, or you can change the ball joint with an aftermarket one if you choose to do so. You can't buy a genuine ball joint separately, you have to buy the whole arm. We like genuine, that's why we just change the whole arm, because it's usually a 300,000 K thing, only genuine parts here. So if you want these arms, give me a ring and we'll see about if we can arrange to get them shipped to you, or even better, if you're in Victoria, you can come and pick them up. They are free. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See ya. Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. Once you fit your new front suspension, the struts or the control arms, bushes, whatever the case may be, you do need to finally tighten them on the ground so all the bushes are in a neutral position, which allows for twist and flex either upward or downward. So you got to get your mate down on the floor like this to tighten up those bolts. All right, so that's the deal. On the ground like that, so that everything's in a neutral position. Thanks for watching.